Ahoy there, me Tiglets! This is Mr. Tiggles coming at you through those glorious interwebs. And today, I want to talk about the big boys, the big kahuna, the consoles, and whether or not we're going to see them next generation. This generation, the console sales have been monstrous. That's all you see everywhere is that they're breaking records and selling millions and millions and millions of copies. I remember back in the PS2 days when like 10 million was a lot. Now we're up to like 40. I don't actually know what they're at nowadays, but it's a lot. Specifically compared to last generation. But even with those crazy big numbers, will we see an Xbox 2 or a PlayStation 5? I really don't know, and there's some things that point to this being the last generation, and I really want to go ahead and talk about that. This generation has been really, really weird. Launching out of the gate, the consoles are already at a handicap. Not even better than like a mid-range gaming PC, and that's honestly being gentle. It's really, really apparent at this point that they need to be updated. A little bit off topic, but one of the annoying things about the way this generation has worked is because these consoles are so much underpowered compared to gaming PCs, we've got this thing that's really become huge this generation with the PC Master Race crap. I hate that. I just wanted to make that said here. I hate that. I love my gaming PC, don't get me wrong, and it is stronger than my console, but the whole PC Master Race thing is garbage. Everybody paid money for the console or system that they play on, and they should be able to enjoy it without some assholes telling them that their console is inferior. You don't want to see me when I'm angry! Hulk smash! And sorry of that embarrassing display of anger there, but sometimes that just happens. The first, and one of the most major things I want to talk about, really the big obvious one from E3 this year, is all of the announcements for new consoles. We've got the Xbox One S and the Scorpio both lined up, so they've lined up 2 future reiterations of the Xbox One. And then we also have the PlayStation 4.5. Just the fact that these companies are upgrading their consoles instead of putting out a new one just goes to show that this generation is going to be a long one. They're in this generation for the long haul. I don't think we're going to see a new generation of consoles. If we do, anytime soon. Just on this fact alone. I know they're amping up for VR and 4K and all this new technology, and they want to do that with these consoles that are out now. Honestly, if we do see new consoles, I think that it's going to be quite a ways out. Like, last generation lasted like 10 years. I think this time we're going to go even longer. Another trend that we've been seeing lately is the generation of remasters. There have been so many remasters this generation that it's more than new games that are coming out. And I think that's kind of a big indicator that they are kind of running out of ideas. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love playing remasters. I'm playing the God of War 3 remaster in this very recording, and I'm loving the hell out of it. But I think that's bad tidings for another generation of consoles. The amount of new IPs and AAA titles that we get nowadays is dwindling compared to what it used to be. The indie titles are taking over, and there's so many of them out there. And don't get me wrong, some of them are really fun. Rocket League being one of my favorite games that I've played in a long while. I'm a huge Rocket League fan, for anybody that knows me. But the AAA titles, they're missing in action. And, I mean, occasionally get one, and then it's usually not as good as it's hyped up to be. And exclusives are almost completely gone. Like, there are a couple console exclusives for each the PS4 and the Xbox One. The Nintendo's kind of not in this argument because Nintendo, as always, has tons and tons of exclusives with Mario and Zelda and all that crap. But as far as the PS4 and the Xbox One go, the amount of exclusives is very, very small. I can't remember exactly when at E3 we heard this, but there was a guy that asked the head of Sony when we were going to see the PS5, and his answer wasn't when, but if. And that's a big thing. At this point, that means that according to him, there's not really plans for a PlayStation 5. It's apparently not, and I mean, this could be totally bogus, it could be just information that he can't release. But if that's what he says is true, then they're not even actually working on the next console yet. And we're over 3 years into this generation. So after all my ranting, the question is, what do I think? Do I think there's another generation of consoles coming? Yes. I think we will have one more generation of consoles. I think we'll have the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox -2 or 2 or whatever the heck they decide to call it, because they didn't call it what I thought they were going to call it this generation. But I don't think we're going to get consoles in the traditional sense. For one, I think that by the time we get the next generation of consoles, physical hardware, discs, disk drives, hard drives even, are going to be pretty much gone. I think that everything is going to be ran on the cloud, and I think that everything is going to be a digital download, or streamed, as in, you know, the PlayStation's Gaikai servers and their PlayStation Now, and then also Xbox's cloud-based system, they said can actually hold full games. And also, depending on where VR actually goes, with the PlayStation VR and the Xbox's augmented reality that they're doing, I really think that those are going to be big things in the next generation, if they do well. Beyond the next generation, though, I really think that we're going to be pretty close to being done with consoles. I think we're going to move on to something greater and better, and it's going to be freaking awesome. And I really hope that I'm alive to see that far, because that's pretty exciting. I just think that, you know, it's time that we let go of the consoles as we know it and evolve as gamers, because it's coming soon. Alright guys, well that's all I got here for you today. Make sure down below in that comment section, you let me know what you think is going to happen next generation. Will we see another console, or is this it? Also, on your way down there, make sure you hit that like button and smash the crap out of that big ass red subscribe button as well, and become a part of the Tiglet crew. I just want to thank every single one of you guys out there for supporting me and watching my videos and really showing me the love, because it really means a lot to me. Anyways guys, thank you for being here. Ta-ta for now.